through tripping Aquafina, I'm sipping 15, kept a weapon on me. Flow make digits, I'm on my business, stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us, red run when I tell a peace. Love is love. Love is love. Adios. Bendo with the switch again. Boy deliver like he heffing. Core with digits, give him estimates. Somersaults for my Benjamins. I got what you need, baby. Skirt the Chevy, make a scene, baby. LABB been the team, baby. Bim Papa, word the G, baby. Look, lab till I'm finished. Had a handful of lemons through the hand. Got a bag, now the hands in the business. For my hand, it's a ticket. Talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. I've been playing with the minutes that they been should've gave. And I'm flipping every digit that they been should've paid. Had to find a way to get it. No, this isn't what you made. If I ever wanna dip, then I'm brink with the blade. And I'm brinking a blink on the brink of some dumb shit. Watch how I move, cause I know the brink's coming. Watch for the blues, cause I know that they dumping. Nothing in my view, so it's hush on discussion. Hush on discussions, you know what you need to. I keep it in the fam to let you know that I don't need you. Y'all cats be see-through, head not the piece. You been king, I'm regal, got it in my abyss. Came through tripping. Yeah.
Yo, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Earth Mac, the Mad Scientist.
And Vivo.
Yeah, this is the Orange Phoenix Show. As you can see, I am in a different location. I'm going to be in this location for the next couple weeks. So, I am out and about here doing my travels. And honestly, I'm going to be traveling again. I'm going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina for Animazement, which is Thursday through Sunday, Memorial Day weekend. So if you're at Animazement, if you see me at Animazement, go come give me a holler. And Vivo, she's going to be at Motor City Comic-Con.
Yep.
And she's probably going to be in her cosplay. I already know how.
I don't even know what I am. I don't know. We'll see.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. But man, we got a show for you guys today, man. Finally, we are at the end of Ninja Kamui. And yeah, we got a good bit to say about that, as well as Kaiju Kaiju No.8.
What was your face when you were watching the fight? Because I was at my desk like,
yeah, same. Yeah, we're gonna expand on that.
This is
as well as we got Kaiju No.8. Go Loser Ranger did not air this week due to a sporting event, so it's actually going to air the following week. So we're going to be back on Go Loser Ranger. So since Ninja Kamui is officially over, we're going to have Go Loser Ranger and Kaiju No.8 as what we're going to review, as well as an anime of our choice, because the first two anime that you guys picked, that's what's on the show, and then the third one is something that me and Vivo actually agree on. But you did something. You did a thing over the weekend before we get on with the show.
I did.
You did a little something. What
did.
did you do this weekend?
I competed in my USAPL Ladies of Iron. It was actually a nationwide competition. So there were Ladies of Iron meets across the US that everybody competed in at the same time. It's all women's meet. And I came in third in my weight class, even with missing my last two deadlift attempts, which I'm still slightly bummed about. But I PR'd my squats. I PR'd my bench press.
Yeah.
Gonna see if I can get my bench press, like, by the end of the year. I hope I'm in the 180s. That would be awesome.
Oh, hopefully, man. You're gonna get there, man. It's gonna get there.
Yeah, but I'm still trying to fight these deadlifts though right now.
Oh, you'll get there. You'll reach that new level, man. So listen, I posted in Black Anime Nerds by this picture, like, this is how I feel after a workout in the gym. It's like, Vegeta looking up in the ring. It's like, I must ascend. That's you. But check it, you hit the podium, man, and that was a big thing, man. She sent me the picture, Geek Corner, and I was like, yo, okay. So we speak it into existence. So
yes,
she will be at the top, man. And that would,
knock on wood.
She gonna get there. She gonna get there.
I mean, I'm competing again in July. So we'll see how that goes. That's a different federation though. It is the Bad Bitches Only meet hosted by the Fighter Quit Gym. It's gonna be in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, wait a minute.
I signed up for that.
What is that?
It's July 6th. So I'm actually
July
flying
6th.
out July 3rd, I believe.
Okay, all right. That's what's up.
It's gonna be a good time. Hopefully my body is recovered by then, because right now it hurts to walk upstairs. It hurts to sit down in certain ways. So
but it hurts good though. That's a good hurt.
Does it? I mean, yeah. I mean, I get to use
pain.
BioFreeze. I've probably taken enough ibuprofen to give my liver, like, take 10 years off of my liver, but it's fine.
You know what's funny though? So I've been doing a little bit of research. I heard like cold plunges is beneficial for your body. Like how I found out about it, there's a wrestler named AJ Styles, and he's getting ready for his match that was Saturday in France. And he said he gets up in the morning and he said, you know, some people like take hot showers. He said, no, I did a cold plunge for like 5 to 10 minutes or something like that. And he's like sitting in there, right? He said, but it releases endorphins and it energizes you for the rest of the day. Then he goes do cardio after that, and he does some other workouts and stuff. And he goes in a sauna, and you know he does his thing. But you know he got money, so he got like a cold plunge, you know, tub.
I mean, you can get them. You can buy them pretty cheap off of Amazon. They're inflatable. I don't know that I would ever be able to do a cold plunge because I'm dramatic when it comes to like cold water.
Yeah.
So I mean, before my meet, I also needed to cut weight just a little bit. Because I went to town earlier on like Korean barbecue and butter chicken. So I was actually over my weight class, so I had to cut. But I got to my hotel. I specifically chose a hotel that had a hot tub. And so I sat in the hot tub and then alternated between the hot tub and the pool. So, I mean, once you get in the hot tub and then you get in the pool is going to feel colder. But I did that also to loosen up my muscles. And then after the meet, sitting in the hot tub is an absolute must. However, we went to this, we were at a different hotel and I was going to get in the pool, but then we were looking in the pool and we're like, what's that at the bottom?
Yeah.
And we were like, maybe we shouldn't get into the pool because that looks questionable.
Listen, whenever somebody leaves with that, like, what is that at the bottom of the pool?
You already know.
There's no need to get in the pool, man.
It's a nah for me, dog. Like, nah.
Easily. So, yeah, we got a jam-packed show for you guys today, and we're gonna start with Ninja Kamui. I was unimpressed. I don't know if you're gonna hold it. I was very unimpressed.
And I just realized that Yamaji's and Higan's Gokosu gear look the exact same, just different colors. Yeah. I was like,
just lazy writing right here.
Did y'all run out of budget? You couldn't design something different?
Speaking of budget, I feel like this is the reason why they went to the Met gear. I feel like that's the reason why they went there, because it's like maybe it's cheaper to do CGI, because I don't really know the budget when it comes to CG versus hand-drawn anime, but maybe it was easier to do that because, again, you sold us with this ad, with the promo of these fights that took place, which was hand-to-hand combat, no mechs involved, no inkling of any mechs like being used, no CGI, anything like that, just fluid animation. And then you snuck in mechs in there, oh, this might be just a temporary thing. No. This is for the rest of the show. We got you now. Now you got to finish it. Now you committed. So it's like, but it was very anticlimactic. I felt like the fight would have been 10 times better if it was Yamaji and Joe without that gear, and Zai without that gear. Like, because with that gear, man, it's like Here's my thing. Go ahead.
Listen, when Yamaji did whatever he did on top of that power reactor and turned into like a mech Emperor Palpatine, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. I
was like, what?
They tried. They really tried. It's like they played background music with the vocals, like to hype the fight up or whatever. Like they listen. look, if you paint a pig to be a dog, it's still going to be a pig. It's what's going to be. It's like we seen CGI fights before, and you snaked us. That's basically what you did. You snaked us. And then the ending, though, man, like what is up with this ending? It's like Zai was going to do seppuku, and Joe's like, no, you're not going to do this. We're going to have our own
Find
path.
a reason to live for the people that supported you. And then he rides off into the sunset.
Without Zai, right? Without Zai. It's like you just left Zai out here to be thinking on his own with one arm.
With one arm.
I'm like, come on, man.
But it happened though. Like it did happen. Zai did come in. Okay, first of all, when Zai even entered the fight,
yeah,
I was kind of like, I feel like this is against the honor code for them.
Yeah.
The way what they're doing.
Yeah.
But then Zai did what I thought he was gonna do and had that little moment of an epiphany, and he turned on Yamaji. Yeah. I was kind of happy that he didn't die.
Yeah.
I was sad that he got his arm cut off, but I was happy that he didn't die. Because his character was pretty cool. But then it was just, I literally was in my office watching the rest of it. Like,
so the first time I watched it, I kid you not, I fell asleep on it. But it was, now granted, it was like late at night, so I fell asleep on it. And then I watched it again this afternoon, and I was like, okay, I was able to pay attention to it and see what's going on. Because in between my slumber, I thought Emma showed back up to like shut down all the other cybernetic ninjas that was in the White House. And I was like, oh, okay, Emma's back, because I just saw it, in between my sleep. And then I watched it again. I was like, that wasn't Emma. That was just
some random
ninja. And I was like,
it was some of the ninja that defected to begin with that they didn't get.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, okay. But now Mike, shoot him up Morris. Even that disappointed me. You couldn't shoot Joseph point blank. Who's going to stop you?
I mean, he did get his ear. But at the same time,
and made him piss himself.
He did. And then he was still talking shit afterwards. Like, you bumped my head. Man, shut up. You just peed your pants.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. They're going to, because they want to cover up the extent of their involvement with his entire operation. They're probably going to put him into the deepest, darkest hole where he's going to never be heard from again. But still, he didn't get what he really deserved.
Yeah, he got to, like, bro, listen, you got two different sets of people looking for you. Yamaji was like, we already know what Joseph is. We know where he's headed. In due time, we'll kill him whenever we want to. And then Morris is after him. And Morris, being the agent that he is, was able to figure out where Joseph was going. Like, it wasn't rocket science to him. So I'm like, for me, I feel like it would have been poetic justice for him to actually shoot him because of the people that he's lost. And Joseph, like, gloating, like, I should have killed you, but, whatever with that. I was able to kill this person, but not by name, but.
You should have just let him get up and run away and then shot him in his kneecap.
Yeah,
and then apprehended him.
That would have made this finale 10 times better because I feel like.
Both his kneecaps.
Like, kneecap him. Like, let him just leave him in the desert. Just leave him there. Like, he has no technology because. His watch got hacked. Yamaji is dead. Like, he has nothing at this point. Just leave him out there in the desert. Just to ride. But like with Joe beating Yamaji, it's not going to bring Mori back. It's not going to bring his kid back. But at least let the man walk away with his bro. After his bro gave his arm.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna just throw your ninja artifacts back in a pond, not an ocean.
Also, when he did that too, I'm like, some kid is gonna find that.
Yes,
they gonna be jumping like, yay! Ooh, what's that? They gonna find that.
All these ninja weapons, man. I was like, you couldn't pick a better way to dispose of this, like this fire. You could just burn all this.
Could have just kept it with him because it might come in handy.
Might come in handy.
Well, actually, no, because It probably has tracking technology in it, and if the U.S. government actually gets a hold of all of that information, they're probably going to try to track down. Yeah, it's probably going to be an ordeal. So he should have gotten rid of it, but he should have gotten rid of it in a much more safer and effective manner.
I feel like he would have got kicked out of Ninja Corps because that was just careless. Like, you a ninja, like, you know how to dispose of things. Like, how you were able to find your weapons again? Where did you go to get your weapons back? Like, you couldn't just like
John Wicket, something like
right. You know what I'm saying? Buried it under the like feet
in
of
a bunker.
concrete. Yeah,
in some random location that nobody would ever think of.
Come on, man! Like, I feel like
and then he rode off into the sunset on his bike.
Yeah, with no direction. Like, you was Ryu in Street Fighter. You know, anytime he wins in Street Fighter, he takes his bag and walks somewhere.
Just walks, and that's the last year. And close. Roll credits.
Until next time. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I also was seeing, and it was before I actually sat down to watch the episode, but I saw somebody, I think, post in the Urban Anime Lounge. They were like, what do you think of the last Ninja Kamui episode? I'm not going to post any spoilers, but I was very disappointed. And Absolutely. I was like, oh no. So then actually went and watched it, and then I was like, yeah, I understand why.
But we did expect that though. Like last week, we expected it to be anticlimactic. He was like, this thing gonna be a CGI battle. This shit's gonna suck. And like, it went from being direct competition with Solo Leveling, because people was comparing it to Solo Leveling as far as like the fights and all this stuff, to it just falling off by the wayside altogether.
Honestly, I feel like the fights kind of lost their so the fight quality like started high and then it went low, it trailed off, and then back when we get to him fighting Zai, then it started going, it went back up. But then with this last one, I was like,
yeah. Now,
yeah. Overall anime rating, what would you give it out of 10?
Oh.
I think I would give it
6.
Like 6.5.
a 6, because that was diabolical writing too, by the way, because they got us with the fights, right? Then they heard us complain about the cybernetic fights, but it was too late. Like the anime is over, like before it even airs. But then they caught us again with the one-on-one fight between Joe and Zai, right? And then I was like, oh, okay, this might be what it's gonna be for the rest of the way. Nah, we got you again. Like, hoping we was gonna get something similar to Zai and Joe with Joe and Yamaji, but now that we are halfway through episode 13, we're gonna finish it.
Yamaji's secret art was basically, he gets into your head and he can alter your mind. I was like, that's
Genjutsu.
Basically.
He hit you with the Genjutsu.
I was like, you couldn't come up with something more fanatical than that? Because like in what episode was it when it was the flashback until like where there was the actual split between the factions, and those two ninja that were against like rushed him, and he basically force choked both of them in midair. I'm like,
I thought that was part of his secret art.
I did too, but
I say you Genjutsu was I see where the inspirations come from. It's definitely diabolical writing. It's diabolical writing. I was like, we got hustled. We got finessed. We really got finessed. And
I want my 23 minutes back.
23 minutes? I want, let me see.
Excuse me.
How many hours is that? At least what 5 hours at least?
I don't know. You're asking me to do math. That's not 5 hours worth of what? This series?
It's like 13 episodes. 13 episodes.
13 episodes, 23 episodes, or 23 minutes apiece.
Yeah, 20.
So it's like, 13. Okay, guys, we can't do math on the fly.
We can't do math.
Don't judge us. Wait,
we're
I went to law school specifically so I didn't have to do math, but then I ended up doing tax litigation for 6 years. So 13 and 23 times 13. I'm gonna get out my handy dandy calculator.
299.
So 299. Divide that by 60.
Okay. Let's see. 299 divided by 60. I was close. 4.98.
Was it really 4.98 hours of really?
Yeah.
Oh, I vastly
And that
underestimated
math
how
could
much
be wrong
anime I
too. Now
watch.
that math could be wrong.
No, it should be
But
right.
I want to
because
say
if
it's
you
about
have-
close to 5 hours at least.
No, you're right. It's
Yeah. It don't
5
seem
hours.
that way. You know how you do math problems? They don't seem like that's the right answer, but
Yeah.
it is the right answer. It's like,
That-
this doesn't make sense.
It just feels like a lot longer than.
Yeah.
But it is
That's the-
13 episodes, so yeah, you're right. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. First of all, fuck math.
Unequivocally, the only math I need to know is how my dollars add up on my check.
Thank you. That's it.
That's the most
it.
important math.
I'm so glad we passed the point of actually like writing checks and balancing your bank account.
I haven't balanced a checkbook since like, when did I graduate high school? 2003.
Yeah, so I graduated in 03.
Before I graduated.
And in my mind, I was like, this thing gonna go away soon. I feel like it will go away.
Yeah.
And I
They
was
would give you like the little
do I really need to
checkbooks
learn
and
this?
the little thing, and I would never keep up with mine. It would always get lost.
Yeah. It's no. But Ninja Combo is definitely a 6 out of 10, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely in the backlog, man. It's not in the top tier list, but it doesn't belong. It's a one season, and that's the thing. There's a standard when it comes to one season anime. It got to hit. Like, it got to slap because there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's something memorable about it. It's certain scenes about it. I know I keep referencing this, but I'm not going to reference that. Murder Princess. All right. So Murder Princess was good, but that was one season though. But it was actually really decent. A Kamikaze Kill is one season, and it should be. It should never have a sequel ever. It should have a remake.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Emotional damage. I mean, the manga was 10 times better. The ending was 10 times better, but Jesus Christ. But anyway, we're gonna go to Kaiju number 8 now. How did you feel, Vito, about Kaiju number 8? Episode 4. Yeah,
I told you last week. I was like, he's gonna transform. You know he is. And Ichikawa was like, he's not gonna do it. And as he was like going through his little thought process, he was like, he's definitely gonna do it. He did it.
Yeah.
No, it was great. Hikaru is definitely like OP, but at the same time, it's like, well, she's OP because of the unrealistic expectations of her father, who also his character design is giving me real Hohenheim vibes.
So you caught that too, right? Okay, yes. I said the same thing. Like, like Hohenheim.
I'm like, you're in this too. That means there's some messed up stuff bound to happen. But
yep, eye color and everything. I was like, wow. Clearly, that's a nod to Full Metal.
Yes. What was crazy though was when she finished off the main Hanju, and then that other one popped up that brought it back to life, and then it talked.
Yeah.
They had no idea that Kaiju could even talk. So that's a new discovery. Yeah. But finding out that Kafka's Kaiju is actually like on their strength scale is he's a 9.8. I bet it goes up to 10. Or it probably goes up a little. It goes up to 10, and then anything up after 10 is probably like S rank or something like that, because you know how they do the ranks like that. But he didn't have to explode. Oh boy, like the way he did. Like,
man, listen, he didn't have the time. He was like, listen,
he's like,
I got to end this right now before the feds show up and I die along with it. So let me go ahead and take care of this real quick. Like, listen. And by the way, Kikaru, don't tell nobody as I do this. And I just saved your life, by the way.
I love his animation. He's just so. I love his character.
He keeps running up to her thinking, and she's like fighting.
He's like, what is happening? She was flabbergasted.
like backhand slaps a kaiju that was behind her. He was running towards her.
What is his last name?
Kafka?
Hibino.
Yeah, Kafka.
Kafka, I'ma punch it Hibino.
There you go. I'm gonna punch it. That is my solution for everything. And because he has like a lot of cool factor, right?
Yeah.
And then it goes left easily.
But yeah, the fact though that we also find out by the end of this episode that he actually isn't the only one who can transform. But the thing that I'm interested in, okay, so is whether or not that mystery kaiju,
Yeah,
if he's actually a human who can transform into a kaiju, or if he's a kaiju that can disguise himself as a human. Because
I ain't thought about
when
that
he
one.
was talking, he was like, these humans, because he got, and he's on the disposal team or the cleanup crew. And when he was off the phone, he was like, these humans have a weird sense of time. So it's like, so are you actually not human, or?
I think it's what you said. I think it's the latter. I think he's a kaiju that can just transform himself into a human, because he tried to control himself as he was walking with them. Because you saw him like shifting, and he was like, no. He's like, nah, not yet. I'm gonna be patient, or whatever the case may be. So, it is the opposite of what Kafka is. Now I did read to that point in the manga though. That's what, ironically, that's where I stopped at.
Really? Okay.
Like last week, and I was like, oh, okay. And I think there was like a few like a few chapters that I read that I'm like, oh, okay, they did like a few chapters in one episode. So, and moving pretty quickly. One of the funniest moments, come on, Kafka, we got to go. And he looks. He's like,
he was gone.
He didn't go.
He was already gone.
He's already gone.
And then he catches up to him. And he knocks him upside the head and scolds him. And Kikuru is just like, and then passes out.
Like, this is way too much for me. However, though, she did keep the secret, because she was like, yeah, I was the one who destroyed all the kaiju. Even though the vice captain was skeptical.
Yeah,
he's very suspicious. He was like, something's not right, because I've seen this happen 3 months prior, and it's the exact same scenario. Like, something's not right. But Kikuru is definitely that prodigy, man. I mean, she does have character development because she has daddy issues. Not in a conventional sense, because I want to know what happened to her mom, because apparently this is affecting the father-daughter relationship.
Yep.
So I'm very much interested in what happened and what caused her dad to be that way towards her. Like, you got to be a perfectionist. Like, you have to be perfect in everything you do, because everybody's dependent on you.
Right.
So
I might have to pick up the manga, because I don't know.
See,
if I can wait.
got you too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Got you.
Shoot, I still need to get caught up with Solo Leveling.
See, that's easy. No, I mean, you can catch up on Solo Leveling, because now the season's over with. And speaking of new seasons, it just came out that Blue Lock season 2 will be October 2024. Speaking of Blue Lock, have you watched that first?
I have not started it.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah, see?
You need to give me. I need to focus. I watch Bartender.
Yes. Bartender's on the list. And but yeah,
I was at work like watching it too. No, I wasn't. I was not at work watching that. I was on my lunch break. Anyways, I was sitting there and I was like, dang, I could really go for a drink right now. I'm gonna go to the bar after this. But then I had to go to a meeting.
As you was watching Bartender?
Yeah.
It make you go take a drink.
But like, actually, no, I really didn't need to drink anything additional, because yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, and I think we went out for tacos, and I drank like 3 margaritas in under an hour. Yeah.
How did that turn out for you?
Well, I didn't get home when I was originally supposed to. Like,
so for me, I had like a pouch that had like a Capri Sun pouch, and there was this place here in Savannah, because that's where I'm at, and called Tacos and Tequila.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it was a good day. And also, it was a Revenge of the Fifth too. So
yes, yep. May the Fourth be with you.
You know, Revenge of the Fifth is always my favorite day. You know, I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Oh, and one of the margaritas I had was actually a peach whiskey margarita.
Whoa!
And it was delicious. It was wonderful.
Yo, you know what? What's funny is that next week I'm gonna get that Laportier from Club Shay Shay. You know, Shannon Sharp got his own podcast, right? So he got like Club Shay Shay, but he has his own cognac. It's called Laportier. I don't know what's in it, but when guests take a sip, they start telling everything. They start telling the truth, no matter if it hurts or not. It does. They start going up. So you remember Cat Williams, right? The Cat Williams, he was drinking Laportier. Monique, she was drinking Laportier. That's what she was doing. Like it's something. She was like, "Dang, Shannon, like I don't know what's in this thing."
Cat Williams interview. He said,
"Yes, he was the catalyst in everybody airing it out."
He called it.
Everybody. He was like, "You about to have a whole bunch of people on the show about to air it out after me."
We in month 5, and Kendrick is steady burying Drake right now. Like, what is happening?
Listen, hold on. Throw in the towel. You seen Rocky IV? Throw in the damn towel.
But no, like all of the memes that have come out of this, especially the animation.
Yeah.
My favorite one is that I can't remember who did it, but it's the one of the stick figures, and it's Metro Boomin and Future, and they're and Kendrick he sleep in bed, and they play one of Drake's verses, and he gets up, he's like, no.
Here's the thing though, like with K-Dot and Drake, K-Dot has a catalog of hatred. He's not done. Like, and I think the first one he had was I know your angles, right? It's almost like, bro, I know what you about to do before you even do it. But when you drop this, the thing that had me tripping was when Drake dropped his response. It felt like K-Dot dropped his response 7 minutes later. It was like he already had this thing in the chamber. Like, yo, and I saw it on Twitter in real time, right? I say, there's no way this is a 7-minute lapse. There's no way.
Wait, well, by the time I logged on, this thing hadn't even been out for like it hadn't even been out for a full day. It already had over 4 million views.
Yo, so and the thing was, I heard that K-Dot took his licensing off of people that react. So people can make money off of it. I was like, this man is hating and doing humanitarian work at the same time. He's doing community service with hatred. So that's what he's doing, bro.
They were talking about, and the anime groups or whatever. They were talking about Drake's last one, and they were like, this one is whack. Like, what he's saying isn't even making sense. I wish I could find it. I liked it because I was reading it. The analysis, and I was like,
when he mentioned Millie Bobby Brown, I like
nobody mentioned her up to nobody
didn't even
dropped.
said anything about Millie Bobby Brown. Like now you just adding more fuel to the fire to yourself.
Yeah. Like you making fingers really point at you right now. Like
meanwhile, J. Cole is like Vegeta, touching grass and throwing it in the air. That's exactly what J. Cole is at because he's nowhere near none of this smoke. He said his apology.
I'm apologize now, and I'm the tip.
Because he knows. He knows.
He was like, "This is about to be a bloodbath. Let me
I feel like this is career suicide in a way, man. I was like, how can you recover? Rick Ross coming at you. K-Dot is dropping like song after song on you, and people are jamming. The last song he dropped, like, was it Not Like Us? Like, Not Like Us. Like, people in the club jamming to this. Like, dancing off this. There was a TikTok of this Indian woman actually doing like a ballet dance to that beat. Like,
Drake is probably somewhere in a luxurious bed crying himself to sleep.
Listen, Aubrey, I know you probably don't listen to the show. I'm gonna tell you right now, you can stop.
I'm sorry, Letter to the Grams, that one. I was like, yo, This entire like this is next level diabolical. Like
I ain't seen anything like this since I seen I forgot who LL Cool J. LL Cool J was beefing with Kumo D, and he also had a beef with Cannabis. And I want to say it was Cannabis that he basically flambéed this man and thanked him on the album. You know how you do that acknowledgments on the back of the CD, and somebody said he had Cannabis' name on the acknowledgement CD case. I was like, this is next level here. Like, I don't understand. Like this is some diabolical, villainous work from Kendrick Lamar. But at the same time, he's like Homelander. He's doing evil work, but people love him for doing this evil work. Like,
they listening to what he's saying and they're like, yeah. There were somebody was making the argument that I forgot, it was a clip of an interview. They were about to flame this guy who was making this argument too, talking about Drake has done more for influencing the actual sound, whereas Kendrick hasn't. And I'm like,
we don't give a damn about none of that. We don't care about none of that.
And Drake's more of a poppy type. It's exactly what what's his name said. Mos Def. He was like, Drake makes music that you listen to in Target. I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. Like, I mean, I'm listening to it in the club too. Like, whoever his beat maker is pretty decent. But like, listen. 9 times out of 10 for the music nowadays, if they did not have the beats that they have, they would not be fire.
You're right.
There are very few artists out there. There are very few artists out there that actually have like stuff of substance that's actually really like lyrically genius. Yeah. And they set it to a great beat, and it's a done deal. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to say this, but take Sexy Red. Take the beat away. And tell me what. Give her a different beat. Give her Mary Has a Little Lamb. Have her rhyme to that.
See, there's a difference though. Like today's hip hop, right? Compared to what it was before. Like it's a night and day difference. You know what I mean? It's like the stuff that we was listening to, you know, whether it was Wu-Tang, you know, whether it was LL, you know, Pop, Biggie, you know, Big Daddy Kane, you know, I mean, the list goes on. And the stuff that they were saying, I mean, they was telling actual stories. I mean, there's some people, like, especially in this current generation, I mean, Kendrick Lamar is definitely one of them. And I think he's proven that, like, especially over the past week, what he's really capable of doing. He's like, listen, like, I'm a Super Saiyan out here in these streets. Like, don't tempt me. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. That kind of situation. And then because Drake he do have an audience. Like, there's no question about that. Like, he's gonna make his money. And right now in this age, it's all about the money, really. It's like, and if you got a catchy beat and you can drop something, you know, that has like this much of substance, then guess what? You know, you got paid.
I mean, you don't even need, really, honestly, you don't even need to have substance nowadays to get, as long as the beat is as long as you can carry the tune and the beat is good. I mean, if people pick it up, you're fine. But no, I don't even really listen to mainstream music like that. Like I used to. Like, I mean, because it just got it's so redundant. Like, there's literally most of the music that's on radio today is literally about, I'm not gonna say that.
This is an adult show, you know.
Okay.
Children are not on this show.
Okay, well, it's usually women rapping about how great their punani is, but let's be real, like, same thing with guys, like, Listen. Rap about something else.
You know what? This is actually going to be. This might be on our uncensored show. Now, for the listeners out there, the geek out there, on our, I had a conversation with the YouTube cast crew, myself, Vivo, Alvin, and Boogie Blends, and we thought about doing an uncensored shows on our Patreon. So on the $15 tier, those uncensored shows will be there, and it will have a lot of other things on that show too. So stuff that will probably get us demonetized on YouTube whenever we get that. Yeah, we gonna do that on Patreon. So if you want to see that kind of content, yes, we're going to go on Patreon, and we will start very, very, very soon with those recordings. Kendrick mentioned something about Shawn Michaels, right? The pro wrestler Shawn Michaels from back in the day.
Didn't
he did, right? But it wasn't a diss though. It was like a reference. So Shawn Michaels on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that. Did he invite them to WWE? He's like, hey, come on over.
He said, hey man, a little sweet chin music goes a long way. I was like, yo, this is wild. This is wild.
Oh my gosh.
It's over, man. Like Drake, you need to throw it in the top. I mean, I think the last song he dropped was kind of like, you know, I guess bowing out. I wouldn't say, maybe that's a bad choice of words. I wouldn't say bowing out, but
I feel like this Drake is getting the same treatment that MGK got when he tried to go up at Eminem and ended up switching genres.
Yes. So, man. Wow. Kendrick got this one, man. I feel like he won earlier this week. I feel like it was nothing Drake could put out that could just stop this onslaught.
People are like, Kendrick, stop. He's already down. Kendrick is like, nah, I'm going to kick this dead horse until it's...
I'm going to kick it. And I got more songs back here. Like, you see this wall right here? This is a wall full of hatred I got for one man.
People were like, what? They were like, why does he not like him? And people were like, there's literally no reason. He hasn't done anything to him. So this is actually pure, unadulterated, real hate.
Real hate. This is a player haters ball dream. If those of you familiar with the Dave Chappelle show and the player haters ball, yes, Kendrick Lamar would definitely get an award.
Which song was it that he was calling him Crody? So apparently that's like a crypt. It's a crypt. That's Drake's cat's name, but it's also a crypt term.
Yeah.
So people are like, we can't tell if he's like pointing to the fact of its crypt origins and his connections, or if he's also at the same time calling him a pussy. But I was like, I read that. I was like, I think it's both. Knowing him, it's probably.
I think it's a little bit of both. Yeah. I think it's a little bit of both. I was like, damn, man, it's hard out here, man. J. Cole did the right thing. J. Cole, a lot of people gave J. Cole so much crap for apologizing or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, I was probably like one of them because I've never seen that in hip hop, like ever. Like anybody like drop something and then shortly after that, like, listen, that's out my element. You know, I didn't feel right even saying stuff like that. You know, I apologize. That's just not my vibe. Which, you know, never seen that in hip hop. I don't think I ever seen that. Yeah. You know, people just battle, said what they said, and moved on. Like with Jay-Z and Nas, you know, with Ether and all that, which low key I feel like Nas won that. But even though I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, like I'm pro Jay-Z, but I feel like Nas won that, to be honest. But still yet, like even with that, like there was no like, I'm gonna get on stage and I'm gonna apologize. You know, next thing you know it, you know, we just heard beef squash. They might do a song together and then, you know, the rest is history. Even with Meek Mill and Drake had a beef back then? Somewhat.
I think.
Yeah, so.
Wait, was that when Meek was dating Nicki?
I think, yeah.
And he was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. That's the way to
say what I was going to say again. La 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 la. For the uncensored.
Is uncensored, man. Boy, I can't wait for that show, man. Listen, if y'all want to listen to that show, I will let you know when we're gonna put the recording on. Obviously, the Patreon users, like the $15 tier guys and gals that have that tier, they're definitely gonna get that in full splendor. Like, they're gonna get all of that. They gonna get all of that. We won't be airing that on YouTube. I guarantee you that. We won't, because we're trying to get monetized out here in these streets, and we don't want to get we don't want no snitches out here. We hate snitches. Or we'll send K Dot on you if you snitch. Cause
yeah, go K Dot go. I'm rooting for you. Take out. I don't think
he needs any more adulation. I don't think he needs any more people cheering for him, because it's like, oh, y'all want more of this. I got like 6 more for you. I got,
He walking away from this with multiple championship rings. Come on now.
Multiple rings. No Grammys needed. I don't need no Grammys. All right. Look, I don't drop Hatred. I don't drop, I dropped so many songs.
Listen,
took the licensing off for other people to make money off this joint.
Remember, not too far long ago when Megan and Nicki, they're probably still beefing, but like them going back and forth, and then Nicki like released that last song when it was basically just her saying exactly what she had said on live, just put to a beat, and then towards the end it was like she was having a conversation with herself, like she was in a corner rocking back and forth, just talking to herself. That's probably what Drake is doing right now.
Yeah. Yep. He's like, damn, what did I get myself into, man?
Dang, and I used to have a crush on him too when he was on Degrassi.
You see what you just said? You said used to.
Used to.
This man about to lose all the women's, all the female crushes. Like,
oh no, I hopped off of him a long time ago. And all of that talk about him and like, why are you messaging a 14-year-old? Like, you are a grown ass man. Why are you talking about I'm gonna mentor? You're not even. What?
Pedo behavior.
That's highly questionable.
K Dot said it. You're a woman beater. You're a pedophile. J. Cole, meanwhile, flipping burgers right now on the grill. It's like, hey man, who wants this freshly cooked burger right here?
Yep.
Easy. But check it. This is our show for today. We will be coming on tomorrow, myself and Alvin Staley, to talk all things pro wrestling, because Backlash was in France this past Saturday, and that is the loudest I've ever seen a crowd in WWE ever. They were singing people's songs word for word, bar for bar, and it was freaking wild. And it made, honestly and truly, made a U.S. crowd look like shit. I ain't gonna hold you. It's like, for us, we got to do better in the crowd noise when it comes to wrestling events. But we're gonna definitely touch on that, myself and Alvin Staley. But do you have anything else for the listeners out there, Vivo?
Nope. Get geared up for whatever anime we add to the lineup for next week. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, and I hope it's bartender. I really do hope it's bartender.
Well,
we'll make that decision this week. We'll make that decision this week. So until next time, y'all. Peace.
All right. Bye.